We live in a crazy world today, y'all.
Yeah.
And people are so crazy. You never know who's watching you and who's watching. You never know the situation that's going on around you. But being a different person looking on the inside, you never know what might could happen in front of you. Ladies, be careful. I'm walking to my truck after something I never in 100 years would have thought would have happened. I come to Walmart because my wife sent me some money from us selling our truck. I get to the money section. I'm just looking around because I'm waiting in line. There's a lady with 2 kids. I keep looking around. There's a guy, a Mexican guy, standing up against a pole. I'm steadily watching. He's got 2 of the ear things in his ear. So I'm just standing, watching, like I always do. Being in prison for all those years, you watch your surroundings at all times, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the guy. He ain't got a buggy. He don't have nothing. He's just standing there on his phone. I look down at his phone and he's recording. I look around at the lady with the kids, and I look back at the dude, and he's holding his phone up recording it. He puts his finger on that thing on his ear, and he's talking. The dude walks by like he's leaving out of Walmart. I see him come back. He done grabbed the buggy. Now he's walking back. He goes in front of the registers and takes a right. So now he's walking by, looking at the bathroom at the lady with the 2 kids. I walk up to the lady and I said, ma'am, do you know that guy? Did you see that guy looking at you? And she says, no. What do you mean? I said, the guy's watching you and he's recording.
Now, this is very odd. And a few things come to my mind originally. One, with how social media is nowadays, people have Ray-Ban glasses that record, Google Meta glasses, all these different glasses that record. They have their phones, they'll just pick up and start recording. People do pranks. It'd be a lot. Also, AI be spitting out fake images of people, fake videos. And not just that, some people are just creeps. They are. It's the reason I'm saying all those different things is nobody really knows what a stranger's intentions are, which is why it's important to be on alert. I don't know if you're recording someone so you can prank them, so you can give them $1,000. Who knows? But when it comes to your safety and the safety of your family whenever you're walking around, you got to be alert because your life may depend on it. Because let's just say out of all those options I just named, the person is a creep, or he might be trying to put you in traffic, if you get what I mean, like put you in traffic. Do y'all follow what I'm putting down? Because I got to talk in code. You don't want to be in traffic. And I know he's just giving a description when he said that the person is Mexican. I don't care if they white, black, blue, or purple, or Mexican. If somebody is acting in a way that your spidey senses or your intuition is telling you to be on high alert, be on high alert. And I want to point that out because it doesn't come with a color or a specific look of how somebody should look if you should be on high alert. I'll take it a bit further. It doesn't even matter if it's just a man. It could be a woman. It could be children that you have to be on alert with because it might be part of the play. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's just this type of person. No. Judge people off of their behaviors. Not what they look like. Not, oh, they wouldn't do that to me. No, everybody should receive the same level of suspicion. Because why do we get older and all of a sudden stranger danger goes out the window? And I'm not saying that you can't be kind to people or be generous. I'm saying to be aware. You know, let's say a woman was recording you. That's suspicious, right? These sort of things can save people's lives. It really can.
She said, no. My mom's in the restroom. We just got in here. So I said, you haven't walked around Walmart at all yet? She's like, no, we just walked in Walmart. I said, well, I just want to let you know that guy's watching you. I said, I've got to get this money, but as soon as I get this money, I'll come find you.
I'm glad that he told her. I would rather him be wrong and have it all wrong, than for him to see this interaction and say nothing. And we see this happen many, many times. This actually brings me to something that when I was in college, I remember reading up on. It's actually called the bystander effect. According to psychologytoday.com, the bystander effect occurs when the presence of others discourages an individual from intervening in an emergency situation against bullying or a word or other crime. And it goes on to state, the greater the number of bystanders, the less likely it is for any one of them to provide help to a person in distress. And the crazier part is, it says people are actually more likely to take action in a crisis when there are few or no other witnesses present. In his scenario, he is at Walmart, a place that is generally packed. People walk all through the aisles in Walmart. But what would happen in the bystander effect is most people would be like, well, somebody else will tell her that she's being recorded by this man. I don't have to be the one to do it. And that's where the problem arises. There was reason to be concerned for this mother or this woman, this person. There was reason to be concerned. It was valid. And he could have ignored it. So, sir, thank you for protecting women, caring about a stranger, because the bystander effect is real. And I think the world needs more people like this man. Let's continue.
So I said, you haven't walked around Walmart at all yet? She's like, no, we just walked in Walmart. I said, well, I just want to let you know that guy's watching you. I said, I've got to get this money, but as soon as I get this money, I'll come find you. And I'll walk with you around Walmart till you finish.
And that's protection right there. And I'm sure people think twice when they see you're with somebody that can beat them up. He look like he can fight. They know it ain't gonna be an easy win. There's power in numbers.
She said, okay, we're gonna wait over here at the pharmacy. I said, all right. So I asked the manager at the front desk. I didn't know if he might have been a secret shopper, right? In Walmarts, you have guys and women that walk around trying to catch people stealing.
Right.
I asked the manager, I said, look, if this guy is a secret shopper, please tell me now. I said, if not, we've got a situation on our hands.
And whether he was a secret shopper or not, I think his concerns are still valid. And again, isn't it better for someone to be overly protective of someone they think is possibly in a bad situation than to be lax? And he may have good intentions. He could be a secret shopper. Nonetheless, I can understand why this situation that they were all in could be uncomfortable for all parties involved. Now, I'm not saying to jump to any assumptions or take this situation as a fact that anything bad was about to happen, because it doesn't seem like he ended up finding out the intentions of this person. But at the same token, there is no shame in proceeding with caution. And if something feels off, doing what you need to do to stay safe. And if you're in this situation and you're by yourself, or even if you're not by yourself, one of the first things you want to do is get near a group of people. If you're in Walmart, find the nearest associate, because sometimes you can be in the back aisle and you could be secluded. Get where people can see you. If you're in a parking lot and you feel like somebody's following you, you don't go up to your car, you go back. You go back, especially if you know you're being followed. You go back because you don't want them to know where your car is. And while you're doing that, if you feel that you need to call 911, do what you need to do. If you feel you need to be escorted to your car, if somebody else is around, hey, do you mind walking with me? So then at least somebody else has a count of what is going on. Maybe you can record somebody else calling 911. There's a lot of things you can do. Yell, scream, be loud, depending on the situation you're in. And these are important conversations to have. And the reason I really want to talk about this is because typically we talk about consumer behavior, shopping, things like that, but we don't really get too far into the type of things that you might encounter while you're doing these things. And I want you all to make it to your destinations safely.
He said, no, he's not a secret shopper. I said, well, let me tell you what happened. So I tell him what happened. About that time, he says, let me call so-and-so to let them know what's going on. Well, the lady with the kids done went and told somebody as well. Well, the guy walks past him again without the buggy. So he goes down, grabs another buggy and walks past him again. So I get my money and I meet them over there and I walk with them to continue getting their stuff. They pay for it. I walk them to their van. They get in the van and all they can tell me is, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You never know who's watching you and who's watching. You never know the situation that's going on around you. But being a different person looking on the inside, you never know what might could happen in front of you. Always be watching when you come to places like this, because they'll snatch you up, they'll snatch your kids up, and you'll be gone and there's nothing you can do about it.
And don't let them take you to no second location, if you know what I mean. Y'all, in the comments, tell the folks if you know about the second location. And I'm gonna just say it in code. Your chances are slim. They're slim. Just type it in Google. If you get there, your chances are slim. So if you got to kick, scream, be wrong, fine. You might sleep a little rough that night, like, dang, I did the most. Well, guess what? At least you'll be sleeping at home. Sorry, I was wrong. At least I'm going home. Sorry, sir, ma'am, Timmy, little Timmy. Jimmy, Sarah, whoever you sent my way so I could be off my rocker, I'm sorry, but are you home? Are you home? You know?
So I hope that lady never has to worry about that again, her and her mom and them 2 babies. But I'm going to tell y'all something. If I'm ever around when something like that happens, that dude or whoever has had a bad day. Do you hear me?
And I don't condone violence, because I know earlier I was talking about beating somebody up, putting the paws on them. I don't condone it, but you know, in certain circumstances, if there is a man helping a woman, and if hands must be used in certain circumstances, and it didn't seem like it needed to get that far in this case, but if it did, all of a sudden I turn into Stevie Wonder. Who did what? I'm legally blind, actually.
Thing I'm gonna do is make sure that woman and them kids is took care of by all means necessary.
Good.
I don't care what state I'm in.
That's good.
So if you plan on doing anything like that when I'm around, just know, by all means necessarily, I'm helping that woman and them kids. Ladies, keep an eye out, please. And if you don't have to go to a grocery store like Walmart or something like this in town without your husband, please don't do it.
And the other thing is the gas stations, y'all. And I want to quickly touch on that. It's not just the grocery stores, it's everywhere. But I want to talk about the gas station because there's a lot of high frequent activity at the gas station, especially if you're going at night. One of the things, if you can, have somebody else pump the gas. Like I've personally been to gas stations and been catcalled, harassed. And I am not the only one. So many people I know have experienced the same thing. And I'm gonna be honest about that right now of what I did, because this happened so many times. I hate to admit it. I smiled. I giggled it off. Like, you want to know why? It was a group of them. I'm outnumbered. They pulled up after I got there and I'm inside. Had I scoped the scene and seen that before I pulled up, I wouldn't even went in there. But sometimes that's what happens. And then you're like, because I know people, you know, all of a sudden you being called the B word. They getting hostile and aggressive, you know? Oh, you think you too good? That's a mob. And I came in here to get a bag of chips and get some gas. Now my heart is racing. You see, the reason I'm talking about this is because this happens to women in real life. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to your aunties or your mother at some point in their life. The youth that's coming up, some people have nieces. Unfortunately, they may experience these sort of things, and they need to know to be on alert. They need to know how to handle these sort of situations. And I'm not by any means saying that you should even have to smile to try to make it seem like it's okay, because it's not. For me, and I'm only speaking for myself, for me, that was like, you know, this is my best chance of this going well for me. That's why I get kind of annoyed when people say stuff, you should smile more, you should, the stuff that women have to do to just be left alone to exist, it's annoying. It really is. And nobody should have to deal with that. Nobody. I'm sure the people who do these things to women or other people, you wouldn't like it if somebody did that to your mother or your sister. But they'll do it to women they don't know. And I just want to say, imagine how these sort of situations make people feel. Because I know there's a lot of men that might be watching this video. I think a lot of them know if it came down to it, they gonna get physical. But think about women. Are women likely to get physical with a mob of men and think that's gonna go? Hello. I'm just saying, think about how we feel. And I can imagine and I empathize with the woman who was walking around of how she must have felt. Because such odd behavior. It also sometimes make you go into another environment carrying those same levels of paranoia. They don't just go away, because I be on alert. I got a taser in my car. I might got something more than that, and I ain't gonna expose my hands. But if you know, you know, you know? It kind of feels like it's to a point where you need that. You know, you might need that, you know, just in case. And I don't like it, but it is what it is.
Please don't. We live in a crazy world today, y'all.
Yeah.
And people are so crazy, man. They are, y'all. It's sad that you even have to do like that, right? But if you are that lady that sees this, you know, God puts us in places at right times for people that need us, right?
Amen.
And like I told you a while ago, God blesses me daily. He does. He wakes me up every day. I'm blessed to see another day. So if you are that lady or the mom and that just happened, just know that God makes no mistakes, okay? I hope y'all have an amazing day. God bless you, and I'll see you later.
And God bless this man. I'm glad that he was there to protect this woman. This comment says, this is why I don't go anywhere without my husband. 5,000 likes. Another comment saying, thank you for keeping us women safe. 14.5 thousand likes. I'm talking about the likes because this has gotten a lot of attention on TikTok, and the likes are essentially like echoes of people confirming these things. Another comment saying, this world needs more good men like you in the world. God bless you. Over 8,000 likes. You were her and her kid's guardian angel. God sent you there on purpose. 15.4 thousand likes. Others saying, not all angels have wings. Thank you for helping her and her kids. Over 4,000 likes. And this is interesting. This is a longer one, but it says, this is a common occurrence at Walmart. The one in Salt Lake City on Hope Avenue is the worst. I've been to another in Wyoming. The one in Salt Lake is so bad. Normally 2 patrol cars on site most of the time, and the customer service is even worse, as well as their employees. Can't confirm nor deny. The best thing you can do is avoid all Walmarts. Now, I'm not sure why this Walmart allegedly, because I can't confirm nor deny, has patrol cars, 2 patrol cars on site. Hopefully it's not for anything like what was mentioned in this video. But if it is, at least there's people on alert and on patrol. And I think it doesn't just have to be the cops. It can be each other, the civilians looking out for each other. This comment here says, I'm a retired correctional sergeant. The absolute need for awareness of your surroundings and vigilance is so much more important than anything on that phone. Complacency is your enemy. I want to talk about what they're talking about here. The phone. Oh no, you don't walk on the phone, looking down at the phone, like looking down at your phone while you're going to your car. You're not paying attention, and people are paying attention to the fact that you're not paying attention. It makes you an easy target. You don't want to be an easy target for anything. When you're in public, look around, scan the environment. Many people that might be wishing not so good things on you might be looking for you to be distracted, for you not to be paying attention, for you to be isolated, for you to be in a compromised position. They might even be stalking your routine. Things like this. These are all things that you need to be aware of. And I do want to say the reason why situational awareness matters isn't because everybody is a threat. It's because the people who are a threat are looking for those things. Okay. And it also makes me think about a situation I just went through. It was this week. No lie. And crazy thing is I'm caught on camera doing this. Slightly embarrassed. But I'll tell you what happened. I was getting a service done in a salon, and I walked in the salon not knowing I was being recorded for a reaction to the salon having an upgrade. But I walked in and I said this. Who is that man outside? Who is this? There's a car and there's another car across from it, because I was outside waiting to get the okay to come inside because somebody else was inside. And no lie, I am on 4K saying they making me feel uncomfortable. I'm getting weird vibes. I don't like it. I promise you I'm on. And I felt how I felt. I was about to say lock the door, but before I could say lock the door, because I don't know why, this man is in the car and this man over here is just sitting in the car across from me. He's just sitting there for about 5 minutes. I'm like, the business that he could be going into is back there. So I don't know why he's directly in front of a woman's salon. No lie, while I'm going off about who is this, do you know them, the door opens behind me, and usually the door is locked. The door is locked while each client is in there, because she was trying to get my reaction to something. She didn't lock the door. The same man that I said I'm getting weird vibes about walks in her salon, and he ain't there for no services. Because these are very interesting services that women get. Like, you there for a facial or something? I don't know. But he wasn't there for that, and he's trying to talk to her, blah, 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 blah. She's like, no, get out, because she wanted to get my reaction to something. And then she tells me it was on Candy Cam. I said, if you're gonna post the reaction, make sure you take out the part where I'm paranoid about who is these folks. And he sure did follow me right in. It's something called intuition. I just felt that he was going to follow me, or I was being watched. Because why did he come right after me? Am I wrong? Maybe. Did I look out the window to make sure and see when they left? Yes. Because you never know who is following you, who is watching you. And this just happened to me last week. Somebody might say, Simone, you was being a Karen. Don't care. Don't care. You see how when I went inside, I let the owner know, hey, there's some men outside. What they doing here? Because in the event, like if, let's say you're in a situation like that and you go home and then something go down, don't nobody know about who was outside. And this is why you say stuff like that, because that person might have cameras or something like that. You know, these sort of things are very important, very important. And to a lot of you all, it might just be like, oh, they might just be, no, your life is valuable. It's precious, and so are your loved ones. So treat it like it's important, because it is. It is. And if other people don't like how you acting because you care about surroundings, oh well. Apologize. Sir, ma'am, I'm sorry. It was a misunderstanding. I was wrong. You can go to sleep at night, because we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.